Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Joel CP back here again with another video. And today, I'm gonna go ahead and do this salary cap walkthrough video. It's not gonna take super long. I'm just gonna give you guys a couple of budget players at every single position, and I'm gonna show you guys how to build a quick team. Let's just say if you guys are running tight flex or dollar, so you guys can go ahead and just steal a couple of tips that I use. A lot of you guys asked about, and I know a lot of you guys are going to try to play in club series this year, and I know a lot of people, it's going to be your first time competing. It's going to be your first time building the team. You guys want to know, where should I, put my cap? Should I stack my O-line? Should I stack my D-line? Should I stack my receivers? I'm going to go ahead and show you guys, no matter what scheme, what are the moves, what are the guys that you guys should be looking for, depending on, what you guys are running. So at quarterback, automatically, if you're grinding salary cap right now or in general, I would say Michael Vick. I have the 87 Michael Vick. But if you have the 91, any type of Michael Vick, you need him just because he's the best player in the game. He's super fast, and he's always going to help you on your team. Running back, I got a couple of different options for you guys. You guys can use the Tavon Austin that I was using. I don't have him in my lineup right now, but Tavon Austin, who plays for the Cowboys. If you guys are going to pass the ball out of tight flex, he'll catch the double spot routes at the backfield. He has some pretty good traits. If you guys need a running back for everything, I'd take Lamar Miller. And I haven't seen really too many other running backs that I'd say like you have to grab. Maybe like the NAT David Johnson from the trophies if you guys want him. But this Lamar Miller, he's really good. 87 speed, 87 excel, 90 agility. He has a really good spin move. He catches stuff at the backfield real well. I mean, 85 catching, so double spy is going to be perfect with him. And the only thing he can't do is truck, but he has 89 spin and 88 spin and 89 juke. And to spin, the way I spin is LT, RT, and B. So it's called the steerable spin, and he's really good with that. So I'm going to put him in the lineup. Now, if you guys don't like, a certain stat, if you guys want to upgrade a certain stat, this year, of course, there's the upgrade. If you guys have a power-up card, you know what I mean, you can go ahead and upgrade this Mike Vick. But almost my favorite thing about the upgrades is the chemistries. So I can scheme chemistry, and I like to use this in salary cap a lot, just because there's so many good stats you guys can go ahead and upgrade your players to. You know what I mean? Like, you guys don't have to get the best players. You guys can just get really good players and then upgrade their chemistries from there. And if you have full chemistry on a team, then they're going to be playing way better than the cards actually are. So I like to also look at the scheme chemistries as well. My favorite so far has been play fake, just because it's going to work on your pass blocking and your play action, since I like to run PA post shot a lot. So at receivers, I would say if you're using speed, you got to go with the Tyreek Hill. You can get a Tyreek Hill at the level up pack at 24. I know for a fact. I don't know if it's at like 12 too. I think the Tyreek Hill goes for a little bit of coins. I know you can get a power up Tyreek Hill, but you have to get some sort of Tyreek Hill. He's one of the fastest receivers in the game, and I mean, he actually is the fastest base receiver in the game. The only faster receiver than this card, at least, is the full Randy Moss. And then if you guys want, you guys can power him up all the way, get him to 92 speed. And I think if you get the John Madden coach, 93, but I think John Madden gives you a lot of cap. So for me, I say you got to at least get two really fast receivers. You don't want people to go ahead and run man coverage on you. A lot of people can do that because of how easy it is in the beginning of the year. You can get a really good cornerbacks, and then you don't have you don't have any receivers that are really going to break away. So I put John Ross, and I always put Tyreek Hill on my field, just because I know that they can beat people deep if I really need them to, only when they're really running man. They're also really deadly after the catch, especially Tyreek Hill. And I mean, John Ross actually has some pretty good juke. It's just that his 61 catch or 63 catch in traffic is really bad. I would say for receivers, like if you guys aren't using, or if you guys can't get like this Moss or this Julio stats are almost identical to if you power up Jerry Rice, or if you power up Terrell Owens. So I'd say if you guys have one of those guys, this Julio is pretty good, but I mean, you can get out of Jerry Rice and Terrell Owens, and it's not going to cost as much. All it's going to cost is training. But the way I set up my receivers is I'm going to go ahead and just put in John Ross, Tyreek Hill, Randy Moss, and Julio Jones. Now, if you're running type flex, you can run with 4 receivers. If you guys didn't know that, all you have to do is do wide receiver slot. Go to the second receiver on the left and put in another receiver, because at the time there's going to be a tight end. So I like to run it like that, just because I'm really not coming out of tight flex the whole entire game, and I feel like a tight end, unless I'm playing regs with Gronk, is a liability. They're just too slow right now, and they can't get open, especially if someone's using a blitz. Now, fullback, no one uses a fullback, so I would recommend automatically, no matter what you guys are thinking. I promise you, like if you guys are thinking, damn, like I need a fullback just in case if anything, I would put one of these power up cards at fullback. They're fast, they're 10 cap, So when they're blocking on tosses, at least they're getting out there. I wouldn't put like a 10 cap fullback there. There's no point of that. They're going to be super slow and they're not going to help you on the goal line. And if you guys need a backup running back once every blue moon, 77 speed isn't awful. You hike it, you know, you put it on conservative, you lay down real quick, just in case your running back is tired and you still want to go ahead and run the ball. Now at tight end, like I said, I don't use a tight end whatsoever because I'm running tight flex. Now if you guys do want a tight end, I'd say Vernon Davis. Just basically Vernon Davis is amazing. The other tight ends I see is Evan Ingram, of course, and I think that's really it. After that, I haven't seen too many really good tight ends, either Vernon Davis or Evan Ingram. If you guys are going to pay up for coins, you know, there's Gronks, there's another Vernon Davis. So it really just depends on your scheme. If you guys do want a tight end for tight flex, just because, you know, you go to other formations, Vernon Davis is your dude. I personally don't like Evan Ingram over Vernon Davis because I feel like Vernon Davis makes more catches and I feel like Evan Ingram gets hit a lot more. But for the, you know, the purposes of this video, since I'm going to be running tight flex, I'm going to go ahead and just put the 10 cap tight ends in. If I can even find my 10 cap tight ends right now. I can't even find my 10 caps. Oh, there we go. So I like to put in, you know, Logan Paulson and Michael Duarte, just because I'm not going to be using him. I'm going to need as much cap as Thomas Duarte. And the thing is, I know he's 13 cap, and I could easily go get a 10 cap, but for people that watch my Twitch, you guys know I'm lazy, so I'm just going to go ahead and just throw the 13 cap in here for now. There's probably some good 10 caps. Now, the offensive line is the biggest thing. And what I recommend is to buy 5 power-up offensive linemen. Now, you guys don't have them. You guys don't have to have them at the same overall that I do, but this is the reason why I recommend it. You should get 5 power-up offensive linemen. You should upgrade them to a certain overall, like 80. Let's just start off with like an 84. And then if they play good, you keep them there. If they don't play good, you knock them down one, or you can upgrade them one. And that's why I like the power-up so much, especially when it comes to offensive line. Everything else, I would say, you know, just power them up all the way. You don't have to keep messing up with the power-ups. Like I keep Julio at 89, you know, I keep all these guys. But the offensive line, if they play bad, you don't have to go out there and buy a new offensive line, or you don't have to go out there and buy a new player. All you have to do is either upgrade him, or let's just see if he's going to play better, downgrade it. Sometimes that works, for real. I know that sounds weird, but sometimes that works. So let's just say Lane Johnson gives up 4 sacks in a game, he's an 82 overall. I can just go to upgrade right now, be like, damn, he played bad, I'm going to upgrade him to an 85, just a little bit more cap, and he's going to play better. And that's why I like it so much, because all you have to do with a click of a button is upgrade a player instead of having to go and sell him and lose some coins and go ahead and buy a new guy and do some research. If you really like the card, or if you think the card is good, but you feel like he's not playing up to his full potential, he's getting shedded, all you have to do is upgrade him a little bit. So I'd recommend an all upgrade O-line just because it's the easiest and you could upgrade it throughout the year. Now, with the D-line, it just depends on what you run. I run dollar, so I feel like I need a dominant D tackle. And as of lately, I really can't find one. So I'm thinking about just going ahead and putting someone like Vita Vea here for now until I can afford like Reggie White or Bryant Young. Because I'm sick and tired of people just going ahead and running inside zone every single play of the game. Like, it's so annoying. Like, if you guys are running dollar, I'd say you have to beef up your D-line. If you're running 3-4 odd or anything with linebackers on the field, or nickel 3-5 odd, I'd say you don't have to beef it up as much. If you still want sheds, it makes sense. But you don't need to, because you're going to be sending a blitz for the most part. And 3-4 odd, your linebackers are going to be rushing too, since, you know, the DNs are only there for the purposes of run block or run stuffing. So I feel like if you're going to run like a 3-4, a 4-3, any formation besides dollar, you don't need crazy DNs. But since dollar is really 3 linemen, so you really need these 3 linemen to be amazing, because all you have on the field is DBs and linebackers, and everyone else is going to get pancaked. I would say choose wisely on the 3 guys that you guys are going to pick. Now, right now I have Von Miller, Jadeveon Clowney, and Vita Vea. I'm thinking about switching to the Reggie White power-up because I know he's going to be really good too. But again, power-ups, this 86 Von Miller, if you guys need a pass rusher, best player in the game. He's worth the 33 cap. This Jadeveon Clowney, haven't seen too much from him, and I'd say definitely spend on a D tackle if you guys are going to run dollar, because I feel like I've been getting pounded on the run a lot. Now, at cornerbacks, easy. You want to find the 2 guys in the slot that can blitz super quick. Myrick has 89 speed. He's a must-have. He doesn't go for anything really. He's a must-have. And then on the other side, right now, I've been using, I think, Darius Phillips, 15 cap, just because I haven't looked up anybody else. You guys know I'm lazy when it comes to stuff like that, but I'll probably go ahead and switch him out at some point. But again, 2 guys that are really bad in the slot, there's no point of getting anyone else. These guys can play zone when you need them to, you know, play man when you need him to, blitz when you need him to. I promise you, you guys are probably sitting here thinking like, what if I run DB Fire and man people up? They'll play fine. You know, what if I put them in zone? They'll play fine. You don't need to upgrade and spend a bunch of cap in the slot just because, you know, you're going to be blitzing them sometimes and then you're just like, damn, I just spent 40 something cap on a guy that just blitzed. It doesn't even make any sense. He doesn't, you know, do as much as Sean Taylor if I upgraded him all the way. So then cornerbacks, it just depends. There are really good cornerbacks in the game. There's too many cornerbacks to pick from. You can pick Champ Bailey if he's playing well for you. He played bad for me, so I cut him. I use Pat Pete, Ramsey, but depending on, there's so many different ones. You know, Xavier Rhodes too. Who else have I used that wasn't bad at cornerback? Like I said, that power up Champ Bailey wasn't awful, but then he started getting cooked for me. But Ramsey and Pat Pete, just because I need some really good zone, especially how zones play this year. Zone coverage rating is super important. If you guys didn't know, there's no thresholds this year. Instead, it's the higher your zone, the higher, you know, the better he's gonna play. So I just like to go ahead and power up my secondary. Then at strong safety, the goon, the budget beast. If you don't have him on your team, you're gonna lose every single game. Andre Howe. Now you guys are probably just sitting here like 50 hit power, 82 zone. What is wrong with Joel? He's like 5'2". First of all, he's a fighter off and on the field. If you guys don't know Andre Howe's story, you know, it's just like Eric Berry. He has cancer. We don't know if he's going to be able to play. So he's a fighter off the field. And on the field in Madden, he's a dog. He makes every single play in a 3-rec and a deep blue. He actually hits people, forces fumbles. So I'd say if you guys want a budget strong safety, don't look at his stats. He's just a glitch card. I don't know what's wrong with him, but I mean, I'm not going to complain because he's been doing all good things for me. Then, if you guys are running dollar, I will not stress enough, you guys should use her safety. I use her Derwin James. There's TJ Green for the Colts. That's super cheap. There's Obi Melifanu. There's a couple of, you know, strong safeties that you guys can go ahead and use her for cheap, and cheap cap as well that are just fast. But I like to use her as strong safety just because it makes sense. Why not? Strong safeties, of course, are a little bit more agile, a little bit more athletic when it comes to in the pass game, and they play a little bit more coverage. So if I'm going to be running dollar and I'm going to be playing people that are passing the ball every play, why not go ahead and just have a glitchy strong safety? And then at free safety, I mean, there's only one man that I've been using and I haven't switched, and there's a reason why. Sean Taylor has been the best card in the game for me besides Andre Howe in the secondary. He's played absolutely amazing. You know, he jumps any type of route, he crushes people. It's the normal thing for Sean Taylor. Every single year he's a glitchy card, and this year I like how you can have him as a power up. I haven't even tried his 91, or I haven't even tried his power up before, but this Sean Taylor is crazy. And then since I'm running dollar and I really don't run 3-4 odd a lot, I put Troy Aikpi at free safety. He has 87 speed, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sub him into loop. So he's gonna loop, and then I'm gonna have Derwin James to go ahead and use her. So I'm gonna have 8 DBs in the field at all times. And I mean, pass wise, that's beautiful. Run wise, we kind of got to deal with it. Run support, that's why you got to upgrade your D line if you guys are going to go this way. If you guys aren't going to go this way, if you guys are going to go with linebackers, just in case, you know, you run 3-4 odd once in a while, you know, you kind of want to go ahead and balance it up, I would say don't use 8 DBs, of course. You know what I mean? Don't loop Troy Aikpi. Still use your Derwin James and get another linebacker to loop, and then just one more. Because when you run 3-4 odd, you're going to have, of course, 4 linebackers, 3 down linemen. If 3 of your 4 linebackers aren't that bad, and you want to go ahead and just play run defense on 1st and 2nd down before you come out in dollar, which I recommend to everybody, because this year you're getting pancake, you're getting towed on running the ball against dollar. I feel like you should come out in your base defense, go ahead and just get comfortable with like a 3-4 odd or a 4-3 under, and then a 2nd down and long, 3rd down and long, you want to go ahead and then come out in dollar and go ahead and send the house, because there's no point in coming out in dollar first play every single play, because people will run the ball, people will pound the ball, come out in, you know, a single back or an I form or 2 tight end set, and you just get pancaked. So actually, for the most part, I would recommend not to use Troy Aikpi, and I would use like a Dion Buchanan loop or like a Roquan Smith, just because they're cheap, they're fast, you can loop them, and then when you're running 3-4 odd, you know, then you have more than one linebacker as well, because right now we only have one. Well, we technically only have 2 linebackers of Von Miller and Jadeveon Clowney, but they're both going to be on the D line. So from there, since I'm just going to make my lineup real quick, or the lineup I've been using. I'm going to go ahead and just put 10 caps everywhere else. And I would tell you guys that for sure a kicker is needed. I've played a lot of games, and I've noticed that you're gonna need a kicker just for the times that you're getting stopped versus a good player, you know, like and points are big. When I was at the Madden Bootcamp, W was saying 7-3, 7-3, you know what I mean? Make sure you can just at least get some points on the board to counter your opponent. Because even if your opponent is scoring 7, you know, if you're not scoring anything, it's gonna hurt. You know, but think about it this way: if someone scores 7, you kick 3. Someone scores 7 again, you kick 3. You get ball at half, you're down 8. All you need is one good drive out your offense. Go ahead. You don't even have to go for 2. You can go for 1, only be down 1 point, and then you just gotta lock up one more time. Or the first time, you know, because he scored twice. But basically what I'm saying is I feel like a kicker is needed just because a kicker makes the money zone, you know what I mean? Like the points. I got points already. Like the guaranteed points go from like the 30-yard line if you get a good kicker to like the 35, and it just changes everything. So right now I have a bad kicker just because kickers are going for a lot. But if you guys do already have a good kicker and you guys are wondering later, you know, for later purposes, if you guys do want a good kicker, I would go ahead and get a good kicker. And then from there, you already know you're going to put in the rest of your positions. I'm not going to do all this because, you know, it's going to take up a lot of time. But there it is. Hopefully you guys enjoy, man. If you guys want any more salary cap stuff when it comes to gameplay, builds, you know, the best schemes, just stuff in general, I got you guys. That's why I'm number 2 on the leaderboards, man. I can break down whatever you guys need to. I want you to get the club series, man, so I can see you guys in Orlando. But hopefully you guys enjoy. I'm out.